Hello everybody and welcome to the Young Bucks edition of Chieftain Chats. I'm Aiden Gronsky. For those who are wondering, what's this new thing from the broadcast team? Let me tell you, Chieftain Chats is our series podcast bringing you the hottest debate topics around Brother Rice today. And don't worry, BR Sports and Chieftain Live are still in the kitchen cooking up something good. Now let's get going. With the integration of iPads in the 2015 school year, many have asked why students can't do distance learning. Braden Willis tracks down Mr. O to see and when this could be a possibility.
As most of you may know, Marion has updated their curriculum to include distance learning days where students complete work assigned by teachers from the comfort of their own home. And I'm sure many others have thought, why don't we get distance learning days? So I took it upon myself in several ways. First, I started a petition to make it happen, which survived about a week. Then I interviewed Mr. O to get some information on the status of these distance learning days at Brother Rice. What he told me sounded very interesting.
Breaking news right now. Actually, we have the presidential primary coming up in March, and it is going to be occurring at Brother Rice. We are expecting a big turnout, as we always get a big turnout for presidential primaries, and we're choosing to use that day as a distance learning day. We're going to call it. So that will be an opportunity March. I was going to say next month, but March 10th when we'll be doing that. Mm-hmm.
So, you heard it here first. Our Brother Rice Distance Learning Day will be on March 10th.
Talking about the teachers, with like teachers that do paper pencil stuff, how do you think they're going to do the distance learning day?
So, if a distance learning day were to happen, it would be sort of tough for a paper and pencil teacher to execute class if they haven't, really connected and unified their class through PowerSchool and Schoology and things like that, and they don't really do a lot of iPad assignments. So what I think they would do is they would either have to hand out, a sheet or an assignment on paper before the distance learning day for them to complete on that off day with no other assignments through Schoology.
All right. So how do you think that the distance learning day is going to benefit Rice?
I think that it can benefit Rice in a multitude of ways. First one being it'll help us, as we've already stated, it'll help us get the most use out of our iPad. As limited as Schoology is, it's still a powerful tool that allows teachers to give assignments from a remote distance over the internet. And second reason being, just why not? Why not try it out, give students a little break, see how it goes? And also, we already have Marion doing it. Why don't we do it?
Hopefully the administration can incorporate this great idea. Dantes also has some great ideas for our 2020 year.
I do not think World War III is going to happen.
All right, interesting. Why do you think? Why?
Because I think with the U.S. just stating we want peace, I think it's going to happen. And if we don't get peace, I think it's just going to be a war between us and some of our allies and Iran and some of their allies. I don't think it would be a world war.
Well, who do you think Iran's allies would be if we did go to war?
Honestly, probably North Korea. I really wouldn't know until it probably actually happens.
Well, then that would bring Asia into the war, and then that would basically become a world war.
I feel like if allies start getting into it, then it'll escalate.
As it goes on,
But
it
I feel
might
like
escalate.
if America itself handles the situation, we're such a powerhouse and have literally the greatest army ever, that they won't be able to handle us.
All right, let's hear your next one.
I think Netflix will end up buying out Cartoon Network.
I feel like they have to make a power move like that with Disney Plus, having all the Disney shows. They had recently bought out Nickelodeon, so Netflix had bought out Nickelodeon. So I think they're I know me with myself, I don't look at Netflix like it's as good as it was before. So, I mean, shoot, if they could get some Courage the Cowardly Dog, I don't know, man, That'll be the move.
I just think it would be a good move for them because like they're also losing a lot of TV shows, movies, just from Disney taking them away.
I will say one thing good about Netflix is their like Netflix specials, like the movies that they make and the shows that they make, have been like consistently pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. But with Disney Plus, so basically people are already canceling their subscriptions because The Mandalorian season 1 is finished. So why do you think do you think they're gonna have to buy out Cartoon Network?
I think they might have to just because Disney's probably gonna drop something huge in 2020 just because they're probably realizing how many people are canceling their subscriptions and they're gonna need something to stay up there.
Yeah, I think the thing with Disney Plus though, people aren't giving it enough time because when a streaming service first comes into like they first like make it, you have to like work things out and you have to be able to get certain shows and stuff. So I don't think people should be so hasty to cancel their subscriptions with it.
My last one is I think all college athletes are going to be paid.
I think that's a possibility because Texas and California have already taken a first step towards doing that. It's not going to happen this year, but they've already agreed on it happening. So I feel like if other states start tagging along, then the college athletes will get their justice.
I feel like all the other schools need to jump on because if they don't, all the Texas and California schools are just going to be stacked, and no other schools can compete with them.
Right, because, I mean, who just doesn't want to make money for doing what they love as well? So I agree with that. I think that the schools will end up figuring out that they need to hop on the train.
College athletes may be important enough to get paid, but we have some important athletes at Rice. Our freshman, sophomore IM basketball players. Welcome, Bort. You're on the IM basketball team, so tell us about some of the teams.
Well, there's a lot of freshmen playing this year, and they really outnumber the sophomores, so sophomores are going to have it coming this year. There's not a lot of sophomores, like I just said. It's going to be more like underdog side towards sophomores this year.
All I'm saying, man, look out for the RFG Dragons. They're winning it all.
So tell us some team names that you think stand out.
Well, there's the funny ones. There's like the Big Smooths,
Mr. W.
or the RFG Dragons.
Yes, sir. Taking it to the crib.
What are your predictions?
Regularly, the sophomores would always win it, but there's just so many freshmen this year, anything could happen.
And you won it as a freshman last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Your team won it, so.
Yeah, it really shocked me last year when I won it. Just because, you can get lucky, too. There's,
That's true.
I don't know, there's, ways you could, show up one day, and there could just, be, another team that doesn't show up or doesn't have enough players to play you. Yeah. And, you could just get a disqualification, you win like that. That's really, it's, half the reason why we won last year, I think.
All right, so do you think there are any, powerhouse teams that you should be worried about?
I mean, I know that Dantes and Hendy got, Coulter and stuff, but,
we got a super squad going on. I'm
just
going to let you know that.
I honestly, I don't see the freshmen as a threat right now.
No, not at all.
Until I see, what I'm playing against, maybe,
Are you both feeling confident in your team's abilities?
All I'm saying is I'm doing a Joe Namath undefeated championship coming to the house.
I know how my team is. They do not like losing. If there's if we're down a couple points, they just need to get it back, or else they're just upset the whole rest of the day. I mean, it's just it's big to some people.
All right. So if you two maybe play each other in the final, who do you think's gonna win?
There's no chance that we make it to the big game and don't win.
Last year we made it to the big game with Hendy.
Except
so
I wasn't.
You had Hendy.
Yeah.
Except I wasn't there.
Exactly, like I said.
So you don't
earlier.
need Hendy, is what you're saying?
No.
I'm not. We're not on the same team.
Yeah, we're not on the same team.
I know, but if he wasn't even there last year, it's just going to be a breeze now
Yeah,
because Hendy, you didn't even need him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm telling you, on the board count and in the paint, I'm a game changer. So might not look it on the stat sheet, but I'm definitely a presence. So we'll be seeing it.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bort. Thank you for listening to the Young Bucks edition of Chieftain Chats. Make sure to stay tuned for more content from the Chieftain Live staff, including BR Sports, Chieftain Live, and possibly more podcasts in the future.